Why don't you give me a sign? Like the sea that leaves a trail along that shore. It's not your problem, it's mine. Everybody thinks that I'm okay. Sometimes I think I am too. I'm on the outside looking in. I'm waiting for the shockwaves to begin. Oh, won't you let me hold you for one time? Just a rainy day in a London cafe, a London cafe. So give me one last serenade. Say to me, or swear at me till the night turns into day. And it was a shame when daylight faded, because we didn't notice at all.
Being the wife of a CEO is a job. It can be lonely, and sometimes we have to make sacrifices, but it has its rewards.
Hello, I'm Sophia Jessica, and welcome to the Fan Carpet.
Hello, Bart. How you doing, mate?
I'm very well, Mark. How are you today?
Yeah, doing very well, thank you. So if we go back to the beginning, was there a defining moment for you to get into the industry?
Was there a defining moment for me to get into the industry? I was also always a big fan of movies, TVs, but my real passion when I was a kid was trying to make little radio shows. I spent a lot of my time with one of those old cassette players, recording bits off the radio and then trying to make radio shows with my little sister Tegan. And from that, we ended up, I think we must have got our hands on an old camera somewhere, you know, the ones where you still put the VHS tape into it, one of those.
Super 8?
No, not a Super 8. It was literally a camera where you got like a VHS tape and it went in.
Oh, okay.
Trying to just make things and then edit up that. And from then it just built up. And I think from there, my parents probably just went, oh, he seems to enjoy this, and found a local theatre group in Norwich where we were living at the time. And from there, it just snowballed, as these things do, Mark. It just snowballed and snowballed.
Absolutely. So what was it about Stranger in Our Bed that made you want to say, yeah, I want to be a part of this?
Well, I had the pleasure to work with Giles Alderson about 4 years ago on a project called The Dare that we filmed in Budapest, which was the first thing him and I had worked together on. And from that, we've kept in very, very close contact. And we were always looking for something over the years to be able to work together again. There was a few things that kind of slipped through the cracks, whether I was away or the timings didn't work. But this worked out. He just gave me a call and said, Bart, are you around for a relatively short amount of time to play this small part in this incredibly kind of thrilling film that's based on this relatively recently released book? And happily enough, I was A-okayed by the team. I was free. And I jump at every chance I get to be able to work with Charles.
Awesome. Were you familiar with the book before you took on the role?
I wasn't, no, but I was sent it a couple of days before we started. So I read as much as I possibly could in the time, and she'd done such a wonderful job. And it was a huge hit. I mean, I forget the exact time span, but it was pretty short between the book coming out, it kind of becoming the hit that it was, the script being written, and then us basically being on set and making it. But yeah, I think we've stuck pretty much to the book. I think there's a few changes here and there, but any fan of the book, I think hopefully will be pleasantly pleased with what we've done.
Awesome. So what can you tell me about Ewan and where he fits into the story without giving anything away?
The hardest question of all the questions. Well, Ewan, we discover pretty much instantly has been having him and Charlotte have been having an affair, and have somewhat decided after about amount of time that they could possibly run away together and start this new life. And from there, the film begins. And that's probably all I can say plot-wise without spoiling anything. But Ewan was quite a fun character to build. We don't see him a huge amount throughout the movie. But so being able to build a backstory basically for myself and Ben, Emily and Giles, just so we felt happy enough that we were all looking in the same direction for the show, for the film. It's quite fun. I mean, I spent maybe 6 to 7 days with them all, and but obviously because everybody was so close, it was quite interesting coming in and almost being this stranger to people occasionally.
Awesome. Do you have any memories from filming Stranger in Our Bed that you'll take with you for the rest of your career?
That time we all ate croissants and danced under the moonlight. No, that didn't happen. Yes, actually, I had a lovely time filming with Emily and Ben. I had vaguely met them once or twice throughout the years at various things, but being able to actually film with them was lovely. I mean, me and Ben have some pretty dramatic stuff together, and being able to create some really lovely tender moments with Emily at the beginning of the movie, kind of building that relationship was a joy. And also just to meet some old school heroes. I absolutely love Nina. Samantha Bond was a legend. And them being incredibly clever, being able to bed us all down in the same place for us to be able to film over COVID, which was quite an experience as well.
Yeah. Can you talk about some of the challenges you had while making Stranger in Our Bed?
Talk about any of the challenges?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as always, you're trying to make something as believable and engaging as possible, and trying to make that accessible with a character that you don't actually see that much throughout the film, even though he is basically who people are looking for throughout the film, was a bit of a challenge, but that's half the fun. You get to bed down, read some books, kind of watch a few other pieces, see how maybe similar themes have been done before, see if there's anything you feel like you can bring that's new to the table that people will be excited about watching. So yeah, maybe that was the challenge. Yeah.
Cool. So you obviously work with an amazing cast. You've mentioned Emily and Ben, they're chief amongst them. So what was the experience like? The
experience with working with Emily and Ben?
Yeah, just working on the whole thing as a whole, not just Emily and Ben, but everything.
I mean, I love this job with all of my beating heart. So being able to get up and go and do this as a job is always such a pleasure. I mean, and Ben and Emily are very good at what they do, and the opportunity to be able to go to work and work with people that are that good is something that, you know, I hope to do for the rest of my life. You're always learning, you're always getting to go, oh, that's really fucking good. I'm loving what you're doing there, and you get to go home and hopefully be happy with the way the day went. Yeah.
Awesome. So are there any other aspects of the industry that you'd like to pursue?
Yes, I'd like to. I mean, I'd like to start directing. I mean, I've said this before, but it's very difficult to, even when I've finished my scenes, I tend to ask whether I can just come and have a watch behind the monitor or sit just quietly in the corner and watch things going on. Because I think there's a huge amount. Well, there's quite a lot you can learn as an actor to be able to watch everybody else doing their thing. Because sometimes you can feel a little bit in your own bubble because you come on, action's on, and then you leave. But being able to watch Giles do his thing, being able to watch the grips and the lighting crew do their stuff. So I would like to continue the road that I'm going down with starting directing and the editing side. Yeah.
Awesome. So what's your preferred genre, and do you have any favorite films?
I I don't have a preferred between TV, film, anything like that. They're just different. They're different days. I mean, with films, you get that beginning, middle, end. You get to see the arcs. It's maybe a little bit more accessible in your brain. With TV, half the time you might not even know what's going to happen by the end of the series, which can be equally as fun. And you get to explore a character over years, perhaps, which I've had the pleasure of being able to do over a few TV shows over the last couple of years. So not one is particularly more enjoyable, but they are very different, definitely.
Awesome. And looking to the future, what does the future hold for Stranger in Our Bed?
What does the future hold? Well, if you're asking me, I think it's going to be the biggest movie in the world for about 10 years. Actually, I think that's what's going to happen. I hope people enjoy it. You know, it was made by a bunch of incredibly passionate and lovely people that were excited about telling this story, and we are absolutely buzzing for it to be into the eyeballs of people relatively soon.
Absolutely. Yeah, so with the popularity of streaming services like Netflix, and obviously they were the lifeblood over the last couple of years of hell that we had, what do you think the future of cinema is?
I mean, I am but a mere mortal, and for me to know exactly what the future of cinema is, I do not know. I hope we start going back to the cinema more. It's an experience that changed my life for the better. Changed my life hugely. I do understand that things will never, most probably, be the same again with films being released, but streaming services have allowed us to make some movies that just were not financially viable to put into the cinemas. But who knows? Look what's just happened with Top Gun and all that incredible success. And so, I mean, people still are going to the cinema, and that's good. Maybe there's another version of cinema that we haven't even thought about yet. You know, smaller screens, more screens, this, that, and the other. But there's a part of me that hopes and wishes and urges and yearns for us all to go back to the cinema when we can, and when everybody feels safe. Yeah.
Awesome, absolutely. So what are you hoping the audience will take away from Stranger in Our Bed when they get to see it?
I hope they feel like they've been part of the detective process of trying to work out what's going on. The film certainly doesn't spoon feed you any of the plot. It allows you to try and work that bit of your brain of, did that person say that? Are they going there? Are they going to do this? And that's a big pull for me with things. I really like trying to, in my brain, trying to stay one ahead instead of things being too obvious. But I hope people leave with they've had a good time. Like, hopefully they've had a nice gin and tonic or a glass of mezcal, and enjoy themselves. Yeah, because we hugely enjoyed filming the film.
Yeah, awesome. It does show. So what are you working on presently that you can talk about?
Something that I can talk about is we finished filming State of Happiness. That'll be on BBC end of this month or beginning of next. I am filming something at the moment, but I mean, I should have asked whether I could talk about it yet, but that will be out sometime soon. But the second season of State of Happiness will be on BBC in about a month, I think, which is something I'm very proud of. And yeah, people seem to really enjoy the first season, so hopefully the second season. Oh, and we've just finished filming Flatshare for Paramount Plus. Myself, Anthony Welsh, and Jessica Brown Finlay have just finished doing a slightly skewed romantic comedy that will be, I don't know when the release date is, but will be opening up like Paramount Plus UK. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. That's awesome.
Yes.
So where can we find you online to keep up with everything you're doing?
You can find me on the socials of the medias. I think my Instagram is Bart_Edwards. Bart_Edwards. I think that is. I might just check. Should we just check?
Yeah, go for it.
How do you do it? How do you look? I'm not so sure. Oh, here it is. Oh, my username is not. No, my username is just Bart Edwards. No underscore. And then I think Twitter is Bart_Edwards.
Cool. All right. Well, this has been wonderful. Congratulations, Bart. And yeah, I'll look out for everything you're doing next. Thanks very much.
Congratulations to you, Marc. You have a lovely day.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for more content next time.
I'm here on the largest of the Balearic Islands, Mallorca, with the turquoise waters of the Mediterranean Sea, beautiful mountainous landscape, the thriving city of Palma, quaint little market towns, a growing number of luxury hotels. It's no surprise that the likes of Audrey Hepburn and Elizabeth Taylor like to holiday here. So come and join me as I take you round Mallorca.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competitions, the latest news, and so much more.